it?
No, I'm not done, Nick. No, I'm fucking not. We're here to honor each person, opening the capacity for them to feel and tell story. So that will then become your method.
Oh, how fun!
Sense. Okay, so I just want to talk really briefly about something that I always find interesting to remind actors is human beings are the most dramatic species on the planet, are we not? And I think actors have a double helix of drama, and it's lovely to be dramatic, and I'm always joking, save it for the stage, save it for the work. But invariably, we can't extract the innate dramaticness of how we are as human beings. I mean, if you think about it, just being alive on a rogue planet, on a pale blue dot, is very dramatic. But for some reason, when we work, we shut down our innate dramaticness. We sort of neutralize that aspect of you that is so funny and weird and dramatic. Now, I know I'm not dramatic. Just kidding. Didn't even laugh. I'm like probably the most, I always used to be like, I'm not dramatic. And then I would be like, oh my God, I'm so dramatic. And I had something happen to me at IKEA this weekend with my boyfriend, which I find that, Becca, put that away, which I find is, Robin just told me IKEA is the place where relationships oftentimes get tested. I didn't know that. Or people break up. Yeah, did you know that? That's a fun fact. But here's the interesting thing about me. I was having a really great Sunday, and maybe because I'm Capricorn and German, I know kind of like how I want things done and whatever. And I was there for Alan. So he had to do his shopping, and we would go from like, as you all know, is everybody familiar with IKEA? From like room to room. And we got deep in the bowels of IKEA when Howen sprung to me, you know, I think we have to go all the way back because he missed something. So in my mind, I was like breathing, it's okay. It's okay. Trying to, but then I was like, the control part in me, the dramatic part in me was like, if I was in charge of this wouldn't have happened. We would have moved from station to station, having gotten everything that we needed, so we wouldn't have to do this thing of like following the arrows going backwards. So sure enough, we had to turn around and go all the way back to the beginning when we were almost at the end, which in the big scheme of things, I just kept telling myself, it's a 10-minute walk, it's fine. None of those things worked. So instead, we were laughing last night, apparently, I was walking like that, so dramatically down in reverse, in opposition to where the arrows were going, and a sea of people. And he said, you were walking so fast. And I was just like, what is going on? And I did have a moment of seeing like, oh my God, how dramatic I am being about something that is just like a blip in my life. And it's fine. I'm just using this as a reminder. Why is it then that we don't bring that permission to be weirdly messy and fun in the work? Sometimes we get limited by this sense that acting for TV and film is like this, and so we have to like completely just face act. And I've talked about that a number of times. That's myth. It's not true. It's sort of the physics of that are completely wrong. But one could also say, even if you were trying to simplify yourself, the dramatic nature of who we are inside is flying. It does. If you get wronged by someone or a perceived wrong, what happens to you psychologically and emotionally? Hello? Inside, even if I can't call up Jaden and say, can you believe what Vasti said or whatever? Inside, I'm thinking it and feeling it. And then we always do call someone and you're like, I gotta tell you something. Spill the tea. Go ahead. See? So my thing is I'm not asking us to be more mercurial than we already are, because that would maybe be too much. But to me, the baseline wants to be your own innate dramaticness is where we want to start. And if it is too much, we'll figure it out. But we must try. Just try. That's all we're doing, is just trying. How's that feel? I've also discovered over the years, it's easier for me, I could just speak for myself, to pull someone back than to extract something out of someone. And I have found that over and over again. To get people to release their shit is really like going to the dentist and pulling a molar. It's not fun. it's so much easier to just let stuff go, just to have fun in the play, just to connect to our own natural dramaticness. And then like we'll find the sort of the sweet spot. We'll find the center point. We'll find, I don't know, a reset button that gets evoked when we give ourselves the permission to play at that level. Okay? So if that note applies to you, let's take it, let's keep playing with it. It's so much more fun to see people in their dramaticness, not having it all together and solved, which is the whole thing about acting. You can't have it all figured out as the character, because if you did, we wouldn't have the character working through the things that the character is trying to solve. Got it? Okay. All right.